Ambassador Joe Keshi. A very good day to you, sir. Hello.
Hello.
All right, sir. You are back. You are back. So we can, sir, continue from where you stopped by briefing us on the recent achievement of BRICS and where you people are at this point in time. Particularly, you are in Port Harcourt to see what you can do as part of the initiation of the BRICS to empower people in the Niger Delta. Go ahead, sir.
I can't, if you can hear me, I can't really hear you well because there's so much interruption and breaks all over the place. So I don't really get the question you asked now.
I'm trying to point out that you started somewhere about the BRICS Commission. You are in Port Harcourt for one or two things that you guys are doing right now. I just want you to complete your thought in that regard before we go further into the main discussion of today.
Well, look, I'll try to explain that the BRICS Commission is trying to, so I say, re-establish itself after some little ups and downs as a result of the politics of the 2023 general election. The commissioners have met a couple of times, and they have agreed on how to work, how they will work together to achieve the objectives of the BRICS Commission. And so that's exactly what we are meeting on now, strategizing on how to put in place a couple of frameworks for cooperation, because the whole idea of BRICS was established for economic cooperation and integration among the 6 South-South states, which is quite different from the development commissions that the federal government has, in my view, unwittingly established throughout the whole federation. I don't think they were necessary. We are just creating more structures, while even existing ones are not working as efficiently as they should work. But I think it's all to satisfy regional interests, aspirations, political, and the rest of it. But we are focusing on economic cooperation and integration. How do you bring these 6 states together to create a larger economy that is strong enough to provide employment for the people, prosperity for the people, above all, that is globally competitive? That's exactly our focus. And of course, yes, it has some issues of development, but there are those who are dealing with that, as is to work out the framework of this collaboration and cooperation to ensure that they all develop about, should I say, progressively alike and equal. If you remember what used to happen in the 60s, when you had the Western region, you had the Eastern region, and they had the Northern region, and how so much progress was made because each of these states had economies of their own. They were huge, they were large, and they were globally competitive. And that's how they made money and were able to fund the federal government. We have done the opposite now. The federal government is virtually funding all the states. And you can see the problems it has created over the years, the competition for power, influence, and resources. And that still remains the guiding principle of what is happening today, rather than the urgency to focus on development. So we just thought that at the BRICS level, we can focus on this issue of how do you ensure that the states work together for their own mutual benefits.
Very interesting from you, Ambassador. Now, let's quickly take one of the, from what you have said so far, I can deduce that in as much as the federal government is doing this particular establishment of development commission, it has a political tone. It also has to do with the cry of marginalization. But looking at what the federal government have done so far, from what BRICS is doing, is there anything that all this development commission can learn from BRICS? Because I know from their mandate, they're also going to focus on economy. They're going to focus on empowerment. But is there any specific thing they can learn from BRICS, as rightly have there in Port Harcourt?
Well, look, it's not a question of is there anything that they can learn. No, there's a lot we can all learn from each other. There's a lot we can learn if we all work together. But where you establish institutions for political reasons, you know, you have been using, since we started this program, you've been using the word marginalization to, you know, has the issue of marginalization be addressed? No. And why has it not been addressed? You know, the issue of marginalization cannot be addressed except political leaders sincerely want to address it. So whether you establish hundreds of commissions, the truth of the matter is that as long as some people believe that they own Nigeria, that they are the political smart guys, and that they know how to make the country work for them, not for the people, the issue of marginalization will continue to fester. You know, and until political leaders have brought, really understand the structure of this country, and understand that what will bring peace, stability, and progress in this country, when every part of this country, everybody in this country is treated equally, fairly, and in a just manner. Until we can do that, you can establish hundreds of, in fact, you can turn every village into a commission. The cry of marginalization will continue because of the failure of leadership to grow out of themselves and their rich and their ethnic influences, and begin to concentrate on how do you build a nation, how do you make people of the nation work together, live together as one united, indivisible people. But where the government itself, the leaders themselves, are the architects of the division, you are making appointments, you overflow the place with people from your region as Buhari did, and this government is doing, and then you tell the rest of the people not to bother, not to complain. Or you are getting so much resources from some parts of the country and the people are getting practically very few. You give them a commission that politicians are virtually ruined. And that's what's going to happen with all this commission. For example, Southwest has no reason to have a development corporation. Southwest is the beneficiary of almost all the crises in this country. They've never suffered war. They've never suffered serious instability. So what do you want to develop? Southwest is the most developed part of the country today. But because everybody believes that there's money to be shared and everybody wants to share out of that money, it doesn't make a difference whether you create, Niger Delta. Niger Delta development was created as a special vehicle to address the poverty, the degradation, environmental problems of this region, where every Nigerian living today is benefiting from. But everybody has forgotten that. They now say, oh, because so much money is being given, we need that money in our region too. It is not good if it's not going to develop. So much money, even by this administration, is being poured into the states. Has the situation changed? No, it has not changed. It's a mindset of leadership. It's a mindset of politicians. All they care is, look, I think Shegun Adeniyi wrote an article this week at the back of this day, or was it last week? I'm trying to remember the title.
The rush I can help you out, Ambassador. The rush for Development Commission.
No. This has to do about, I can't remember the way he framed it. But essentially what he's saying is that we are more interested in creating institutions and, rather than focus on the critical issues that we should be addressing. The federal government has how many agencies, for example? The Ministry of Agriculture alone, the Federal Ministry of Agriculture alone has over 70 agencies. Most of those agencies do not have to be in Abuja or created by the federal government. They should be within the walls of the university. But guess what? They have managing directors, or they have director generals, they have boards, they have this and that, all created to provide, employment for some people. But they are practically doing nothing. Go and ask any of those boards in the Federal Ministry of Agriculture. If we have over 70-something agricultural parastatals, and yet we are suffering from food shortage all over the country, we should begin to assess what are these agencies doing.
Well,
so this tells you that whether you create a commission, whether you create a parastatal, as we are doing all over the place, that is not addressing the issue, because they have actually practically not solved much of the problem. You are just creating agencies and so for the boys.
Okay, Ambassador, I've really learned from what you have said that they can the Brace Commission as it stands today, and all the development commission that have been established by federal government can learn, and there can be a collaborative ways with these commissions to come together and do something for their each zone as well as their each region. But
look, apart from the Brace Commission was not established solely by the political class. I hope you know that.
Yes, I follow that. So
it was established by a combination of the private sector and the governors of the first or the second set of governors in the region to drive economic cooperation and integration within the state. It is different when you have politicians establishing commissions to suit their whims and caprices. So the critical point is, if we do, the problem is that we take decisions very often more out of emotions, out of ethnic consideration, out of regional consideration, rather than on critical facts. If you do a critical analysis of those conditions, leave sentiments apart, leave ethnicity apart, leave regional interests apart, you will see that they are actually not necessary. Yes, Niger Delta was created, NDDC was created as a special vehicle. But then it is time somebody takes care to do a report, a research, independent, about what has the Niger Delta achieved in the last 20-something years or 30 years. And then that will now make you to question, what will all these ones do? For example, that of the whatever they call it,
Northeast or North Central or Northwest.
Yes, Northeast. It has its office in Abuja. The last time I saw them doing something, they were loading bags and bags of rice into trailers. This madness to use rice as policy is crazy.
Now,
so you begin to wonder what exactly, and then very often they're also in competition with the governors of the states.
I'm even coming to that. I'm coming to that, Ambassador.
Because some of them do not, they just go because they are federal government agencies and they begin to do whatever they like. So there's a conflict between what they are doing and what the governors think they should be doing.
Exactly. Now, because why I'm saying I'm coming to that particular aspect is because a lot of people have argued. Even Segun Adeniyi, that he wanted to talk about what he wrote, also said it on the sideline of the article that most of these agencies or these development commission are bureaucratic in the nature. That why is government surrendering, development projects to interventionist agencies? And he pointed out that there will be politics around it. Do you share in that light?
No. It's all politics. Look, it's all politics. Whether you like it or not, it's all politics. It's all politics. So I think we should be ending because I have to go into another meeting, if you don't mind.
I understand. But I want to thank you very much for coming, even though we have so much connection problem. But when you are back to Abuja, I hope you will join me in the studio so that we can really dissect this particular issue, because a lot of people are asking the question, what will they do with this new commission that have been established? Thank you so much, Ambassador Joe.
Thank you, very welcome.
All right, so I enjoy your day in Port Harcourt.
Thanks.